We were stuck, pinned down. The wind had been blowing a constant 70 or 80 miles an hour for the last 4 days. We were running low on food and fuel, and it was desperately cold. It was 2 a.m. when I heard her voice over the wind. "Walt, I'm having chest pain." I struggled to sit up in my tent. I was weak and sluggish from dehydration and raw fatigue. The thin air at 21,000 feet had taken its toll, and my lungs heaved as I struggled in the dark to lace up my boots and put on my down jacket. I crawled on my hands and knees to Kay's tent. She was laying flat in her sleeping bag, gasping for breath. As I took her pulse, my mind raced back to the cafe in Mendoza along 23 days ago, where I had reviewed the medical forms for the expedition on this, the highest mountain in the Western Hemisphere, remembering nothing. "Kay," I asked, "have you ever had chest pain like this before?" "Once or twice," she admitted. "I have a mitral valve prolapse, but my doctor said it was okay to hike." Right, I thought. 30 miles from the nearest roadhead, at an altitude most pilots wouldn't think of landing a helicopter, in a storm that I can barely crawl in. I held her hand and looked her in the eye and said, "Kay, I think the best thing now is a good night's sleep." I learned more than a few important leadership lessons deep in the Andes on that cold, dark January night. I learned a lot about my own limitations and failings as a leader. But most of all, I learned that if I was going to be charged with taking care of others, I needed to be damn sure that I was strong. We live in a culture that teaches us that in order to succeed, we need to work longer, harder, faster. That we need to keep on going no matter what the cost. We sacrifice our well-being and personal wellness on what we think is the altar of success, only to diminish our own effectiveness in our businesses and our lives. The model is broken and unsustainable. If you're going to show up and lead and serve and make a difference, if you're going to change the world, you need to take care of yourself first. We owe it to our teams, to the people we serve, to the people we love, to create a new model of sustainable peak performance. I can teach you how.